Morning, everybody. Chad, Adler Farms. It is 6:06 a.m. and it's gonna be a hot one, but I'm out here earlier, and I think Adler has the keys to the, oh no. Adler's got the keys to my toolbox, the new one I just bought, and he's not here. Yep. They got a red, it's a red key, and of course red keys are cooler than any other keys for some reason. That's locked too. Anyway, there's bug spray in the toolbox. Need in the toolbox. Whew. Crisis averted. I found them. Bug spray applied. Donkey's staring at us. Doggy's also staring at us. Let me go show you guys something though before we go see the dogs. How's everybody doing, by the way? Good morning. We've been out here this early before. I just don't know if it's been sunrise early. Isn't that gorgeous? That's our view now. Started building something yesterday and made it all the way till about 2 p.m. with a heat index of 104. I had to call her quits. Couldn't do it anymore. My clothes were wetter than if I just jumped in a pool. That's how it felt anyway. All right, so before you see most of this, the neighbor's dogs are barking, and the highway's not too far away, so you hear everybody going to work. I don't know if you'll be able to pick up the highway noise or not, but check out what I built. Looky there. So, like I said, I built a few things in my life. I've never built a loafing shed, and there are some things I got to take care of today. Like, I just went and I showed the guys the M&D lumber. Huge shout out to those guys. Sincerely appreciate it. But I went and I showed them this picture. Actually, I can't show you the picture because it's probably copyrighted. But anyway, I showed them the picture of a loafing shed that I wanted. And it was like an 8x6. I'm sorry, it was like a 12x6. It was like a miniature one. This is 16 by 8. And it's huge. This will be for the alpacas, at least for this point in time. But it's huge. The only thing I messed up on is you've got to over allow, like I should have set these posts not quite 16 feet in. If I put a piece of sheet metal here and here and I screw them to the wall, this is actually set in. And I didn't bird's mouth it, guys. I didn't go crazy. I didn't use a right angle. I didn't do nothing. It was 105 degrees. Okay, that's what I did. But this is not going anywhere. But again, I'm just trying to keep it from blowing away in one of them Oklahoma winds. This, however, is in the ground 2 feet. The back posts are. That's how I got my slope. There's 7 inches from front to back. Plenty to take care of the rainwater. Just so you know, like when you slope something, I think gutters are like a 1/4 inch maybe over like a 30 or 40 foot run. So water only needs a very, very, very slight grade. But I'm not complaining. The only thing I'm going to do, this will be real easy to fix, is I'm just going to get a 2x6 by 10, which will be no big deal. And I'll put them up here. It'll actually give it a little bit more rigidity, a little more structure. I'm going to get some more 2x16s. Because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I didn't just like go try and buy all the lumber, and I'm just building this off what pops into my head as I go. So it's all treated lumber on the bottom. No, it's not the kind that leaches into the ground and harms your animals and your plants. Okay, that's old school. That's what it is. So the next thing we've got to do, boy, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Remember, this is all going to be the alpaca pen. So that's the alpaca structure, basically. It's a run-in shed, a loafing shed. You can buy them for about, I think it's like $2 or $3 grand, but they're like 8x12s. This is 8x16 by 7 at the front anyway. However, with the screws and material so far, including concrete, I'm only in that thing for $335 because we've got all this metal we found in the old barn. Now what I am going to do, this is actually why I stopped yesterday. What I'm going to do is see how much metal we have, see if I can do the roof with this metal over here. Yesterday when I was working, I was like, man, I know what I'll do. I'll work until, you know, noon or 1, and then I'll put that metal up there. 104, 105 degree heat index, and that metal's laying in the ground, on the ground, in the sun. So you can imagine at 1:30 when I was ready to put metal on the roof, thinking I was going to give myself some shade, how hot that metal was. So there was no way. I mean, I could put gloves on and pick it up, but you ain't climbing up there on top of it and screwing it in, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah. That gave us an opportunity to take a break yesterday. By the way, we got a very informative email about, well, that's not our trash pile. I got to clarify because I can't stand looking at that. I got a very informative email about the donkeys. Somebody who raises horses said that the donkey, the Lucy, the Jenny, she will make sure that little donk is absolutely the best and the brightest of the bunch before she lets him breed her. Her kicking him in the chest, that's the meaty part of his chest, it's very, very typical when you put them together. It's just very typical. They bruise each other, they run, they hide. You guys are silly. You got the zoomies too? You got the zoomies too? Man, it needs to work on jumping. Somebody told me to put my knee in his chest, so that's what I do. Nope. Go. Go. Smokey, go. Get him. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Get him, Smokey. Get him. Oh, I blew a tire. Hang on. I'm in my flip flop. Woo. All right, hang on. I'm going to have dogs at my feet here for a minute. But somebody said for about a month, that is extremely typical and ordinary behavior. And it's not that there's not cause for an alarm. It's not that you shouldn't pay attention to it, because some animals just don't get along. In all their years of experience, here's my feed scoop. In all their years of experience, this was nothing out of the ordinary. Leave them together for now. Don't sweat it too much and just pay attention. And as far as donkey getting, you know, cut and stuff like that, it's not going to hurt him. He's not going, I mean, it might sting, but he keeps doing it. We will keep an eye on it. We are not going to sell the paint donkey. I only had one inquiry anyway about buying him, and that person disappeared, because that's what people do, is they ask if things are still available and then they don't reply. See, Fred and the girls are over there holding down the fort. And check it out. There's the chickens doing chicken things. Boy, I tell you what, it took them almost 48 hours to figure out they could go through those cattle panels. So that was kind of funny when they finally did. This has not been hot, the fence, but everybody's respected it so far. So that's pretty good. Little donk. I'm glad he can stay if he can, man. That is a good looking donkey. He's so sweet too. We had a lot of issues when we got him because he was pulled from his mom and dad. Who knows what was going on. He's got half an ear, half a tail. But man, he's so sweet. He comes right up for cookies. He bless his heart, he just wants to hang out with his girlfriend. Smokey's doing amazing too, guys. Absolutely amazing. See, look how sweet he is. What other dog and donkey do that? Wait, I know, sorry. Is this cotton? Look at that. Green milkweed. It looks like cotton. Looking for, oh, we got some more eggs today. Good. You guys doing on water, that's better. So I used my app to figure out what that plant was. Green milkweed, not cotton. I got excited, okay? I was gonna knit myself a sweater. I guess that'd be wool. All right, so there's that. Here they are sitting out there waiting on they're waiting on an egg. And I'm probably gonna give them one. Savages. Look at them. We actually wound up with a baker's dozen chickens so far, okay? So we have 13 hens and they're all laying pretty good. How's that, little lady? Huh? Is that good? No. Eat it. All right. Let's get Bruce. Let's get Bruce some feed. So by the time you guys see this, we will have been to an auction. Actually, while you guys are watching this, we will be at an auction trying to get Bruce a buddy, and I'm gonna aim for some boar goats if they're nannies or wethers, so that they can keep up with him, because that is one thing we were told. I had some Nubian, Nigerian influence goats to like some nannies, and he's gonna be way too big to have them as nannies. So the goats that got away, we would have run into an issue at some point with Bruce trying to breed them, because apparently he's gonna be a big old boy. Wait, let's get you. You pretty much devoured the grass right there. I don't want you eating on top of stuff you already ate on. There you go, buddy. Bruce is a sweetheart, man. He's still pretty young, but man, he's a sweetheart. Man, look at that view. Gotta get through to that fence line. We love this little coop, by the way. I'll link down below where I got it. Everybody tell Matt thank you. Appreciate you, Matt. Another YouTuber and Facebooker, but another person that you guys know very well, lives in the area, actually reached out to me and said, man, where'd you get that? And I said, this is who you call. And he said, man, I just bought a coop, jumped through a lot of hoops to get it, and now I don't like it. So what do I do? And I said, well, I'd find a way to take that other one back or return it or whatever. I don't know where he got it, Craigslist, something. I said, I would absolutely and highly recommend this coop. That thing's awesome. And it's really pretty too. Look at that. Bandit's still herding and posting up, man. He guides us all over the farm, walks under our feet. He's getting a little better though. I remember Smokey used to do that, and somebody told me to just put my knee in her chest. Not like forcefully, but when they jump, you just raise your knee and get them to back up. Now she don't do it anymore. We don't want him up here either. Yep. Nothing new in the cabin, other than we're catching flies like it's a business. How pretty is that, boy? Somebody needs to clean these windows. Not it. Let me show you why that coop is sitting cockeyed, or catty corner, catty wampus. It's because this is gonna be Ray's kitchen window, one of the two. And it stares right at her cute little adorable coop. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go look at, let's see, I can't do the metal because I need to go get the, back up. I need to go get, you're not supposed to be up here. Get down, vámonos, up. He responds to the snapping. I don't know, something parental in me. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the 1/4 inch sheet metal screws, the self-tapping with the rubber grommet. I need to go get those before I can screw the metal down to the new structure. That's where the old barn stood. I need to figure out if I can get back in here with my truck. I don't want to drive over that because we haven't fully covered it yet, and I don't want holes in my tires. But I think I can get back here in order to get this metal. Who's been on top of it? Who does that? So anyway, I think I can come down the road right there, pull across here, back up. That's been covered. I put new dirt over that spot where I buried stuff. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to drive over it a little bit. But this metal right here, I'll walk on it. Yep. Hang on, we're gonna get an official measurement. Okay, so those are 10 feet. They're 8 feet. Perfect. So we've got some 8-foot walls, and the ceiling or the roof is 10 feet. What color is this? Green. So we're gonna have a green roof, and I'm not sure. I don't think we want the whole thing. Now there's enough here that I could use the 8s. I could use the 10s on the 8s, but I don't really want to do that. I'd like to use whatever color we have for it, because otherwise I got to cut something, and I'd rather not cut anything. But I don't know that we have enough 8s. Most of these are 10s, so we might just wind up, and I kind of wanted the structure to be white, but beggars can't be choosers. And since we found this, and since it's not like, what's that? That's like, what is that? It's like taupe or something. Or mauve. You tell I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Mauve. Thanks for putting that color in my vocabulary, Grandma. All right, well, let's take a long walk. Not very long, but let's take a walk and go get the truck. Load some of this in it. And I do believe I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just back in over there. But I'm gonna spare you guys doing that because it's gonna take me a minute. I gotta put gloves on, I gotta drive around, so sit tight. I got all the metal. Metal is heavy. Nobody told me that. I thought 10 was light. I thought that was the benefit. You like build it, it's real light, easy to work with. Yeah. Oh, I think there's a hole right there. I'm in the pasture getting ready to drop this metal off, but I think I see the Burger Bros. So we'll drive the metal up here, park the truck, and then found another hole. Then we'll go check on the Burger Bros. So we are marking these holes, by the way. So we're gonna walk it after we get this structure built very carefully and make sure we get all the holes filled and taken care of. We're going through an old bag of cubes, and I think this horse is the one that runs like a unicorn. Yep. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go on. Get out of here. Go on. Yep. No. Yeah, I think so. Come on, boys. I don't think those horses will get in there and eat with them. Man, they're huge. My goodness. They've got fly spray. They get it back once a week. Looks like they're about due. But man, Burger Bros for sure. I don't think I'd do that, Scooter. I'm gonna try it. Gonna try it. Gonna try it. Yep, got him one. So for those of you wanting us to get horses, we pretty much already have some. I will do that again later and hit them with some fly spray. I'm using the same stuff that Lester and Jason use, and they're absolutely right. It seems to last about a week. I'll see if I can put a link to it down below. I threw the bottle away because I dumped the whole bottle in the sprayer like Lester uses. I was like trying to, you know, do one of these and get within a foot of them. I'm gonna get out of there. Whoa, look out. I've never been kicked by a horse, but I bet a mini one don't feel any better than a big one. Man, he just turns and squares up, don't he? He's like that little kid that runs his mouth, and then when it's time to fight, he falls on his back, throws his feet up in the air. Yeah. And that is why we'll be putting some panels up here. If I didn't tell you what I'm gonna do. Did I mention we have sheep? Woo! So, first off, yes, we use the same fly spray as Lester and Jason. I don't have the bottle to show you because I threw it away and poured it in the fly sprayer, which was ingenious. Good call, Lester. So, anyway, what I'm gonna do, just get out of the sun first. I'm gonna put some panels right here and build like a small working pen, basically, for these guys. And in doing that, I can let them in here to eat. I'm gonna move the trough over here. I can let them in here to eat. And then, yeah, it's kind of funny. They're shy around them horses. But, maybe it's bred into them because horses are used to catch cows. I don't know. The Burger Bros, I'll let them in here to eat inside these panels. And then we will go from there. I'm contemplating letting the Burger Bros in here. I'm contemplating. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'll do it or not. But I may start them out on, they already respect a hot wire because our neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. A, they own this 10 acres right here. That's why the Burger Bros are there. Little donk. It's really funny when they bray because like Smokey goes running to see what's up. It's really cool. And she's never been around a donkey. I mean, she's known what donkeys are for a week now. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, when we get this pen strung up for the alpacas, we might bring the Burger Bros in here. They already know what a hot wire is. I would love to add a couple more steers and do that, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Mr. and Mrs. A own this 10 acres, our neighbors, and that's where the Burger Bros are and the 2 horses. And yeah, we'll figure something out. That was a lot of information in 2 minutes. You're welcome. Let's get back to the roof. Oh, and P.S., help me out. I'm walking back to the shed. What kind of eggs are these? Because I just saw the birds fly away. Look at that. It's right out here in the middle of the pasture. I say middle. But yeah, they're watching me too. All right. It's been a minute since we talked. It's not actually 90. My truck's been off. It's 98 with it feels like a 106. This is what I got done. That's what I got done. I don't know what to say about it. Oh man, see how I put, some of y'all wouldn't even have noticed this if I didn't bring it up. So don't say anything down in the comments because I'm leaving it. If I hadn't pointed this out, some of you guys wouldn't have noticed. But see how this panel is the full length on the inside? And this one's the full length on the inside. It's because I overlapped them. We're gonna pretend like that was on purpose. You're not supposed to do it. Yes, they're running horizontal. Because running them vertical, I'd have to cut every single one of them. And I'd wind up with material that I couldn't even use somewhere else. This, I could potentially just cut it off right here and you guys would never know. But anyway, look at what I made. It is, let's get a better look at it, hang on. It is 16 by 8. So it's pretty big. The other barn was 16 by 10, the one we knocked down. It was also, probably had 8-foot ceilings in the other one. But remember, alpacas are not very tall. Llamas are the tall ones. And I don't even think a llama's as tall as I am. Not 6'6", not where this is, I mean, look, I'm 6'4", and this is finally touching my head at the very back. I believe these are 75 inches. This right here, this is 75 inches. So we got that much more room. 75 inches down there. Then these are 82. So 82 and 75, we got 7-inch difference. That's 7 inches of drain running off the back. Tons of slope. Remember, you only need I think I mentioned in the video, but some of your guttering on your houses is only like 1/4 of an inch rise to run. Whew. I popped back in here because, man, I set up my camera. I was gonna give you guys a time lapse. It would have only been like 30 seconds long, but the camera overheated. I told you guys that happens. So it didn't even record it. It'd been sitting right there and it didn't record a single thing. It overheated and it shut off, which I should have known because I was listening to Cog Hill, their podcast, and it just quit, but I just kept on working. I know you guys want to see the outside. I'm not done yet. I got to put a side right here. I got to put a side right there. It faces almost due north. So this winter, we'll put a wall right here, a half wall to be 8 feet long, and they'll be able to come in here and be completely enclosed on 3 sides. We'll probably put a gate right there, so that way we can actually close them up in here if we ever need to do anything. But this is plenty big enough. If you didn't know, you can put 6 alpacas on 1 acre, which is a lot compared to cattle. Like usually, especially Angus cows, they need an acre of grass to themselves. Like the Burger Bros, they need an acre of grass to themselves, and that's good grass. So this right here, this is gonna be all theirs. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna go 300 feet across, 300 feet out, and actually 330 feet, whatever a roll of field fence is. I was gonna do the hot wire, and I still am, just to get them over here quicker, but I'm not going to make that permanent. I'd like to put Bruce in here. I'd like to get Bruce a buddy. I don't know if I mentioned earlier in the video, but there's an auction tonight, and I'd like to get Bruce a buddy, a wether. I don't know that I'll get him girlfriends. Baby goats are awesome, but until we're out here full time, I can just buy baby goats if we want some. But you know, every time you get a bottle, every time you have babies, you run the chance of having bottle babies. And I don't have time for bottle babies. I just don't. You know, I want to come out here and get started. Sometimes I've got Adler, Case, and Carter. Sometimes like today, I don't have any of them. It's hot, they don't need to be out here. So we made arrangements. I don't have time to bottle feed 3 or 4 times a day. It's just ain't gonna happen. So until we're out here full time and I can set up like a milking station in case mama doesn't take care of a baby, we're just gonna have wethers, and that'll be that. Now I may leave Bruce intact with his wethers as long as he leaves his wethers alone, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna step out in the sun for a minute, show you what we're working with color-wise here. Woo! Goodness. It's pretty straight. Now listen, I told you the greatest carpenters just finish their mistakes before anybody sees them. But I put my mistakes on YouTube, so take it easy on me, okay? This thing is solid. It is cemented down in all 4 corners. Those are 1.5 feet. Those are 2 feet deep. That'll keep the Oklahoma winds from knocking it over and sending it for a ride. I like it a lot. It's tan all the way around. And what we're gonna do, I'll show you my neighbors. I'm gonna get back in the shade, guys. It's getting nuts. The city just sent out an alert and said, heads up, it's gonna get hot. See my neighbor's structure over there? Tan and green. That's what we're gonna do to get us some green trim. My neighbor's mowing, sorry for the noise. We're gonna get us some green trim, slap it around this. Even just walking around took a little bit out of me. Had to get some Gatorade. Sugar-free, because that's all they had. It's not my first choice, but hey, it's wet. We have a lot more to come. I didn't check on the alpacas in today's video because we may have something to show you on Ray's channel. Place your bets down below on what do you think happened. I can't go show you that. I want to, but I can't. It's the reason I'm also not moving them today. So you just have to stay tuned. But man, we sincerely appreciate you guys coming along on this journey. I just got off the phone after, it was almost an hour with somebody who's going to hook us up with something really, really cool for the cabin that I know a lot of you guys would like. So that took up part of my morning, but totally worth it. It's part of it. So anyway, I think that's it. Look at this view though the alpacas are gonna have. Look at that. And for all you FORD guys, Gary Walker, look at that. Look at that. I'll have a better view for the alpacas when I move my truck, but I'm not moving it right now. I'm not even gonna move that trailer. But yeah, look at that view. Isn't that awesome? So there's the metal. That's another reason I'm stopping, because it's about 4,000 degrees touching those right now. Keep it cool? No. What's Case say? Stay tuned for a new Case video. Stay frosty. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless each and every single one of you. Deuces.